What's ever Wow. Okay, good start. What's up, everyone? This is episode 49 of Shoe Booty Sports. I'm your host, Graham Powell, along with co-host Bradley Brown.
That's me.
All kinds of technical difficulties. Shooting from a new spot. So yeah, a little mic action there. But yes, Graham Powell, Bradley Brown. Quick shout out to our sponsor, Rhino Races, as you can see here on the shirt. There we go. Yeah. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers 5 different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, a marathon, and the Rhino Ultra. You can register there on the website at rhinoraces.com. Sign up for one or all 5 of their races. You can sign up today, run your race at your convenience, track it with your fitness app, screenshot your results as proof of completion, submit your results there on the Rhino Races website under the Submit Results section. And after your results are verified, your award is shipped to you by mail. They also have a gear section with t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. RhinoRaces.com. Rhino Races, the premier virtual race series, virtual running series. And we both have the 49ers Rams game going on right now. Big week of pro football. Of course, they kind of all are this early in the season, right? They get all the big time matchups in the first month or so. There goes Debo, by the way.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. You got to be.
I think I am every time. It seems like. It seems like
Yep.
every time we've done this, that's been the case.
Dang. Yep. I'd say you're about 8 seconds, 8 seconds ahead.
Debo is having a game, by the way, and of course, I have him on my fantasy team. Fantasy team is doing well this week. Looks like we're going to be a solid 2-2 after
Man,
this week.
yeah, my fantasy teams did not did not do so well. I went 1-2, so I'm still undefeated. It looks like I'm still undefeated in one league. So as long as nothing drastic doesn't happen in this game, but
Well, it's not over, but I have Debo. I have the running back for San Francisco, and somebody else. Oh, I have the Rams tight end, Higby. And of course, Ramsey's getting into it with somebody. Shocker there, right?
yeah,
No surprise. But he's kind of back to playing like Jalen Ramsey, it looks like, as opposed to getting torched
getting
and
burnt.
yes.
Dude, Bills torched him, man.
Okay, that's who it was, Buffalo. We'll talk about that game in a bit. That was the game of the week from what I saw. But sticking to this game, this Monday night football game, it just looks like Shanahan's just kind of got McVay's number, right? I mean, the Rams aren't as good as they were last year, and the
No.
Niners are better with Jimmy G at quarterback right now. And Jimmy G's playing he's playing a good game, by the way. He's made some nice throws tonight. Which Jimmy G does, right? He makes some good throws from time to time. It's just he
Yeah,
doesn't do it consistently. Do you have it on the ESPN, like the main broadcast, or do you have the Manning
I just have it on the
Manning cast?
main broadcast.
Yeah, I've got it on the Manning cast. Since I got it muted, I might as well go to the main one. But
Yeah,
I don't know. I
exactly.
like those. I like those guys. So Kittle's
Yeah, they're
got a nice do there.
pretty cool.
Yeah, they had Jalen Hurts on tonight. Steph Curry, John Hamm is going to be on here. I don't think he's already been on yet, but yeah, it's a nice list of guests. But look, yeah, that's what it looks like to me, man. Niners just styles make fights in a lot of ways, you know, and this is just a bad matchup for the Rams. Ramsey getting into it again with Ayuk. Ayuk, I can't even say his last name. Brandon
I
Ayuk.
Yep.
That's pretty close, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
could
that was a
agree.
good block, by the way. Good block, whoever that was. For those of you that aren't watching this, well, obviously, oh wow, okay, pretty good face mask there. Surprised he got off of that. That's a little dirty though. Of course, that's just Jalen Ramsey to an extent. And missed it. Okay, so yeah, 17-9, 8:38 left in the fourth. We got us a game, y'all. But yeah, this is a good one here in the Bay Area. Other notable games that I caught yesterday: Bucks and Chiefs Sunday night. The Sunday night game, that was a different showing than the last time those two played. I think it was in the Super Bowl, the last that they played. Of course, again, Bucks aren't the same team. Kansas City is looks to have gotten better. Offensive line has definitely gotten better because they said something last night about just what a lot of people were like, "Wow, you're paying a guard that kind of money." Well, if you remember the Super Bowl, you'd understand why they're paying a guard that kind of money. Kansas City, that is. Patrick Mahomes, what did you think about that kind of flick throw for a touchdown that he made on the scramble? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, of course I have to be impressed. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
who would have guessed? I mean,
And I mean, yeah, it's
I,
it's kind of like, I mean, he does that. He does something like like
you,
that all the time. He just makes it look routine.
do you see the photo where it's like it's like paused like I don't know, maybe a second before he threw it, before he like faked going inside, and before Edwards Hilaire kind of like broke away to the back. It's like this guy is gonna throw a touchdown pass to this guy, and at that point, Edwards Hilaire had like two people on him, and like Mahomes was, on the 4 yard line. It's like, yeah, you would have never guessed it just by looking at that still frame that was going to happen. But
I did not see that. I rewatched the play and I mean, it's just wowed, I mean,
no, yeah,
it's like the only Patrick Mahomes is really the only guy that does that, just makes me just say, wow, just can't believe he did that. He's like Magic Johnson playing quarterback. Like Kyrie Irving in his, I would say prime. I don't really want to say he's past it, but in Kyrie Irving's prime there in Cleveland, he did something every game that just wowed me. Like every time I would watch him, he would do something that wowed me. And Patrick Mahomes is the NFL version of that for me. Just incredible. The other
yes.
the next thing I was going to talk about, who do we think is the best team in football right now? But before we do that, we'll jump to the Bills Ravens game. I watched that entire game. I was planning to possibly mow yesterday. Now, I got caught. I watched no college football Saturday. I know, yes. So that's big reason why that's down toward the bottom of the list. We're focusing heavy on the NFL today. I was at a wedding, but we'll get to that. But I had said, I'm all right, I'm gonna mow Sunday because my yard doesn't need it. I mean, it needs it, but it's not like, just gross, possibly gonna get a fine, need it, but it needs it. And I got home late, stayed up and was like, I don't think I'm gonna do yard work tomorrow. We'll wake up and see. And then I got up and it was of course like 11. I was like, yeah, I'm watching the Ravens Bills. I'm not doing yard work today. So I did sit down and watch that whole game. Ravens looked, of course, dominant early, and then the Bills came back, man. I mean, championship teams just find a way to win. And of course, Bills aren't champions in anything yet, but they are built to be a championship team. And that was a good test Sunday. It was a hell of a game. Uh Lamar, I mean, just looking at it on paper, Lamar and Josh Allen. Pretty low scoring though.
Yeah, that game kind of killed me fantasy wise. But
Well, Josh Allen had essentially nothing. I want to say he was in the negative for like a half, and then he made up for it in the second half. But yeah, I don't even know what Lamar did stat wise. It wasn't your typical Lamar Jackson game.
no,
Sprite Zero, by the way, my new drink, absolute banger.
what?
Sprite Zero, my new drink, by the way, absolute banger.
Good to
Very
know.
good. Yeah, good stuff. But that was the game of the day for me. Game of the week, I guess. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch much of the Green Bay New England game. I was in there meal prepping. Oh
Mm,
wow.
look at
Okay.
you.
Yeah, you're behind on this. This is a pick six for San Francisco. So
Oh, what are you doing? But
yeah, pick six, San Fran. Aaron Donald's loving it. Sean McVay can't believe it. It's essentially what he said. What are you doing? Kyle Shanahan's still like, yeah, I got you. Take that, McVay. Did you see any of the Green Bay New England game?
I did, yeah.
I just saw the score. It just seems to me like Green Bay is gonna, in order for Green Bay to win a game, it's got to be close. And
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be blowing anybody out, but who knows? But
well,
yeah,
I
it's
I think they're pretty predictable, kind of at this point. That's what
mhm.
they are. They're that team that's it's got to be. They're not going to do that against like a Buffalo, or Kansas City. They might be able to hang, but just was it a lot of dinking and dunking like we've seen from Rogers and crew?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you're not going to do that against like the Chiefs or the Bills. At least I don't think so. They'll find ways to win games and get in the playoffs, maybe even win the division. Who knows? But yeah, but I just kind of think that's what Green Bay is. They're a team that's going to win some close games against some average to slightly above average teams, and losing the wild card round or first round. Feel like they're almost the most predictable team in the league right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched all teams play, but sure.
Well, I haven't either, but from what I've seen, from what they're showing on the television, that's what I can gather.
Yeah.
I don't have the NFL ticket package where I can watch every team, but from what I've seen, that's the case with Green Bay. I feel very confident in saying that about them. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Hmm.
All right, so okay, at the Thursday night game, I did watch Bengals at it was a home game. Yeah,
Miami. Yeah.
Bengals and Dolphins, and of course Cincinnati debuting the white helmets, all white, the white unis, white
I
helmets, very clean, by the way.
think
It looked
everybody was a fan.
Yes, I think it looks kind of like the Bengals are back to an extent. I know Tua got knocked out of the game. We'll get to that, but yeah, I mean the Bengals. They look more like the team I thought they were. Of course, still early. They're 2-2 now, and that's the thing. Like the Niners are going to be 2-2. It looks like Rams are going to be 2-2. Still a lot of football left. Still 13 games left to play. So you don't know what's going to happen, but yeah,
It's a
yeah,
pretty
Burrow
cool
looked.
stat line there, Stafford.
I didn't even see it. I got my computer in the way. What was
Says
it?
Stafford in fourth quarter, 0 TDs and 3 interceptions.
Was that this season? I guess.
Yeah, this season.
Okay, and to still be 2-2. And it's not like they played cupcakes. Like that's the thing. Their schedule's going to get easier. It's going to get easier. You had to play the Bills, playing a good San Francisco team now. It their record will improve. They'll get it together. But yes, not a great stat line for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're looking at. If I'm looking at the replay. It's kind of like, yeah, he just didn't see him. He just didn't see the safety creep up. Stafford, that is, on the pick six. But yeah, Bengals looked good. It was a good game. It was a good game. Of course, the Tua hit was scary. Like it didn't look bad watching it live. Did you see the game?
Yeah, I watched it live.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember thinking, man, he got slammed hard, but and then I seen the replay. I was like, oh shit.
See, it didn't even look that bad to me watching it live. It kind of looked like, okay, maybe it was like a back thing. But then he did the thing with his hands, and then you're like,
Mm,
oh, okay, yeah, it's not a back thing. And then you see the replay, and then you see, like, yeah, the back of his head gets slammed onto the turf. So yeah, somebody screwed up hard,
yeah, he
and
should have never been playing.
he shouldn't have
Should
been in the game.
have never even suited up. Nothing.
Of
Like,
course, Tua is gonna say, "I want to play." Of course, he's gonna want to play. It's up to the staff you got to protect the player from themselves, you know.
yeah,
Of course, if Tua said, "You know what, I'm cleared, but I just don't think it's a good idea for me to play this week," he'd get criticized for it. And it's up to the team, it's up to the personnel, the medical staff, whoever, coaching, somebody in the room, somebody that's there say, "You know what, I don't think this is a good idea." Especially seeing how he reacted in the week before when it was a back injury.
yeah,
What you don't
falling
get up
down
and
and
wobble around, look like you're out on your feet when it's a back issue. Of course, players are smart. You know, there's a story about Hines Ward getting his bell rung, like getting clearly concussed, and then he reached down for his ankle to because he didn't want to come out of the game.
hmm,
And like, yeah, and the medical staff like had to hide his helmet so he wouldn't go back into the game. Yeah, that's somebody should have said, yeah, you're not playing this week. But
well, he's out this next week.
yeah, so yeah, they got it right now. A little too late on that though. But
Yeah,
that's kind of my next thought though. Like how long do you think Tua can play in the NFL? He's had injury issues at Alabama. He's not a big guy. The argument's been put out there that he's just, I mean, not really built for this level, which I think is fair.
yeah,
Like I said, not a big guy, injury prone, and now you've got this scary looking concussion, like life altering looking concussion. Of course, all everything checked out at the hospital, etc. I still don't know they should have been flying on with the team on the way home.
no,
Like, I mean, keep the guy overnight. You can afford that.
yeah. You
But
invested that much money in a guy, you can afford to.
yeah, just the whole thing just wasn't handled well, and they're getting smarter about it. I mean, they're clearly CTE was never even a thing back when we played, or not that long ago. You know, it was just assumed that it was something that you had.
Yeah,
Okay, you dealt with it. But of course, we didn't play at the collegiate level and so on. And players now are just hitting. They're bigger, faster, stronger than ever, hitting harder. Interesting photo of John Hamm that they have rocking up here on the Manning cast. Is that a 72? He's a pretty thin 72. His number, that is.
mhm,
I mean, yeah, going back to two, I hope he can play for, 12, 15 years. I don't think he's good enough that he'll be in the league that long, even if he stayed healthy. But,
yeah,
you'd like to see him have a career, make a career out of it. But I just don't know that's going to happen just the way he's built and from what we've seen just in these last two games. Wish him the best, though. Okay. Jumping to baseball real quick. My St. Louis Cardinals clinching the Central, and Albert has 703 bombs now,
yeah.
career bombs, 703, and
Did
then
that
passed
tonight,
the
didn't he?
Babe. Yes, and then passed the Babe in the process for sole possession of number two on the RBI list, career RBI list. and
pretty impressive.
it's amazing. I mean, it's amazing season by the top 5 slugger ever in my view, and statistically, like literally.
Uh,
Sticking with baseball, Aaron Judge. It kind of looks like he's fallen out of that Triple Crown range. He was the leader, just like this time last week or close to it. Now he's dropped down to 311, and but I mean, clearly gonna win it in home runs or
yeah.
lead the league in home runs. 61. Trout is number 2 at 39 in the AL. But even somebody's creeping up on his RBI though. I think he's only like 8 ahead now. But yeah, his average has dropped to like 311. The top guys at like 315. This 62 pressure, man, it's clearly weighing on him. This is the longest drought he's had, I think. Of course, that's normal. Like Roger Maris lost his hair, in pursuing Babe Ruth. So there's pressure involved no matter how much you pretend it's not there. It's gonna be there. Okay, so Arkansas Alabama game. I'd ask what happened, but I would assume it's just Arkansas played Alabama. That's what I caught from it.
You missed one of the prettiest onside kicks you'll ever see. I will say that much.
All right, so I was at a wedding. I was a +1 for a friend of mine. And so we get there. It was a very nice venue, the place over by Pinnacle Mountain in Little Rock.
Yeah.
It was beautiful out. I mean, I'm in slacks and a button-up shirt, and comfortable the entire day and evening. But we are sitting there at cocktail hour, I believe it was. This is after the, wedding ceremony. And I don't really know anybody. I don't know anybody there. I'm the +1. But as they're at the table talking, I'm just looking at my phone and I'm like, I react to when it was like 28-23.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, this. And I show them and they're like, oh, we're actually in it. I was like, yeah. And then it was all Alabama after that.
So you missed the part where it was 28-0, huh?
No, I did not miss that. I was listening to it on the way there. I think it was 28-0 as we were like pulling into the venue.
Yeah.
But then the ceremony happened, and then we go down for like cocktail hour. And as I'm sitting at the table, I just checked my phone. I noticed that we're creeping closer, and then all of a sudden it's 28-23. So I got excited. I paid a little more attention. Then it was all Alabama after that. I think they're back at what? Their backup quarterback had like a 77-yard run or something.
Yeah, he could have drove a truck sideways through them holes, man. It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, I just took it as like mom was texting me, like she didn't know what I was doing. She's like, "You watching the game?" I was like, "No, I'm at a wedding." She's like, "What? During the Alabama game?" I'm like, if you're gonna go to a wedding though, like during the fall, this is the game to go to a wedding. I even said that. I was like, did they do that on purpose? Like, did they schedule this on the Alabama game because they knew like we don't have a
No,
shot?
they probably never even thought about it. So
Yeah, no, she was like, yeah, she was like, no, they're not even like football.
no.
They're not even like football people.
Anybody who has a wedding in the fall is that, yeah, they're not football people. So
I will say this though, I would much rather go to that wedding than like my brother's wedding on May 25th.
oh yeah.
Oh, that was gross. Outdoor wedding, May 25th in Central Arkansas. I mean, I just sweat the whole time. That's all I did was sweat.
Hmm.
And it was good, good for them. But yeah, that was I would rather go to a fall wedding during Alabama weekend than go to me that's summer at that point. It's not spring anymore on May 25th in Arkansas.
No.
It's 90 something degrees outside. It's summer, man. But I would
Uh,
take that. I would still do that. I would still rather go to a fall wedding under those circumstances than go to a spring one. Spring that's outdoors at least.
yeah.
Like if I'm having a spring wedding in this part of the world, it's gonna be inside. We're gonna go inside, and then the little venue or whatever we do after is also gonna be inside.
Mm-mm.
You're really into this part of the game, huh?
Nah, I'm just sitting here wondering how we're talking about weddings.
Uh,
but but then I was
because
like, oh yeah, because Graham went to a wedding. But yeah, I'm into this game. Yes.
there's a whole build up and leading up to the wedding.
Hmm.
If you listen to the show, and you'll see how we built up to that.
No,
Well,
let's get the.
I clearly didn't see any college football, Brad. So you're gonna have to chime in a little bit on what happened in college football because
No, I
I
won't.
clearly don't
No,
have a
you
lot to
missed it.
say about it.
You missed it. So, I don't know, man. What went on in college football is all my picks pretty much got blown out the water. Uh, Oklahoma got their doors blown off by TCU, right? Like,
Yes, TCU is 4-0 now, but how nervous are you if you're a Oklahoma fan? Because
oh, shaking.
you look at the quarterbacks numbers. Quarterbacks numbers for Oklahoma look like just trash. Well, it was something almost like 50% throwing, or just a little over that, like less than 200 yards passing, I think.
Mm,
And I could be wrong, but it was around that, just glancing at it. But 3-2, getting essentially blown out by TCU. Yeah, if you're an Oklahoma fan, I'm pretty nervous about this hire. I'm like,
y-
okay, he's really looking like a coordinator right now rather than a head coach.
so did you get to I mean, do you check out any of the Georgia score at any point in the day or during the wedding?
I did.
It's like, yeah,
It's kind of hard to miss that
well, I'm
because
dude, Mizzou, yeah, they should have won that game, man. But you find ways, man.
they shouldn't have won that game. But I know what you were saying. I know
No,
what you're trying to say there. But it was,
they had it, but
yeah, well, Arkansas was still in it with Alabama at that point. And I
hmm
was like, and yeah, because I looked at my date and I was like, this would be an even bigger upset than if we somehow beat Alabama.
yeah,
But yeah, championship teams find a way, man. It's hard to play your
yeah,
best just every week when you're getting everybody's best shot week in, week out.
yeah. One
You
thing I
got
did hate to see was Kentucky losing to Ole Miss. Kind of
yeah,
expected them to pull that one out, but
that one doesn't surprise me at all.
I did like watching A&M get beat on by Mississippi State, even though we have to play Mississippi State this weekend at Mississippi State. We'll see how that one goes. But
See, Mike Leach's Mississippi State teams have done that. They'll they'll lose a
it's
game
like
like
last year, man. They beat the crap out of A&M, and then they come rolling in, and we beat them the next week. So
well like didn't they just lose to LSU also like the week before?
maybe,
I think
possibly,
so. But Mike Leach's Mississippi State teams have done that. You know, they'll lose a game and then they'll go win one you didn't expect them to win.
mm,
You know, but that's just been them. And we barely like you said, I mean, we barely beat them last year, so it could really go either way this time around.
yeah.
Okay, what happened to KJ, and is he all right? Of course, there was
Concussion.
a
I don't know.
see,
Last
there's
know
a
it was
false
concussion.
report. There's a false report supposedly that he was in concussion protocol, but I don't know.
I don't know. I have no clue.
But it looked like a concussion from what you saw.
Yeah, sure. I seen his head hit the ground. So
Okay, well if he's not back, we don't have a shot. I'll put it that way. If he's not playing Saturday, we got no shot. I give Arkansas a
Yeah.
0.2% chance of beating Mississippi State. Not a 2%, a 0.2% chance of beating Mississippi State if KJ doesn't play Saturday. Now, if he does, 50-50. I mean, it is. It's a full-on toss-up. I
Yeah,
can't.
pretty much is. Yeah, it's a pick 'em.
It is. I would say, if you would have asked me before the season, I would have said Arkansas, but now I don't know. Now I'm not sure. I thought this was an 8-4 team going into the year, and so far I picked every game right. But who are you picking that game?
Mississippi State game.
Yes.
I don't know if KJ's starting, man. It's be tough to pick. So I
All
guess
right,
we just assume that
let's
KJ's.
assume we've already established basically Arkansas has no shot if KJ's not playing. At least I have. I didn't see the backup. I don't even know who the backup is. Apparently not Malik Hornsby.
No.
We'll get to that in a second. But let's just assume KJ is going to play. All right. If he's not playing Mississippi State, we both picked them, I assume. Let's assume KJ's playing. Who you got?
Man, I'll be a homer and I'll say Hogs like 48-45. It's going to be something astronomical, dude. If we're in it, we ain't stopping them. It's just going to be whoever has the ball last.
Yeah, especially with our secondary. Who, you know
What
what? Because of
secondary?
that, exactly. Now, because of that and the fact that it is in Starkville, I had originally picked Arkansas, or I would have picked Arkansas at the beginning of the year. I'm going to go with Mississippi State.
Boo this man. Boo
I'm
him.
going to say Mississippi State 55, Arkansas 45.
I thought you were going to be like Arkansas 21.
No, I don't think it'll be a blowout. Yeah, I'll say 55-45 Mississippi State. Hope I'm wrong, but I just don't.
It's a lot of points, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see us stopping that air raid. Not with how banged up our secondary is. I just don't see it. All right, so I just saw tweets out, of course, during the game of Malik Hornsby on the sideline by himself. He is apparently unfollowed everything linked to Arkansas, so it's looking like he's possibly done. At least after this year.
Didn't he already try to do this like during spring ball?
He tried he like put his name in the transfer portal.
Yeah, nobody was interested.
I'm sure somebody was, but just
Yeah.
not anybody that he would have been interested in. Or if anything, he got talked into, hey, just come back and do this in our package and wait for your chance. But I've not really seen the guy throw the football enough to.
You see him run it, never throw it.
Well, when you can run like that, you can
Yeah.
see why. I like that they have a package for him to where he's utilized in more ways than one, but he clearly wants to at least be the backup quarterback. But I'm going to trust the coaches on what they see in practice. If he can't, there's a reason he's running the ball probably every snap. They're afraid of what'll happen if they have him dropping back and throwing against an Alabama. But then again, Alabama under Saban has typically struggled against dual threat quarterbacks. So I don't know. Of course, Malik Hornsby isn't Johnny Manziel as far as throwing ability.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It looks like he's checked out though. Looks like you kind of lost him. You're gonna have to do something to get him back on. Back on good terms.
Let him get about 120 yards his next game. That'll bring him back around.
120 yards of what?
Rushing.
Yeah, but then you got to take it out of Rocket Sanders' hands, and I'm not going to do that. Or DeBinion, or
Green.
Yeah, or Green. Yeah, you don't want to upset those guys. Yeah, I'm giving the ball to Rocket Sanders as much as I can.
No.
You just might have to cut your, just be like, yeah, we're not gonna. You can try
Can he
to
not
do it.
catch the ball? And
Yeah, I don't know, but oh, I mean, they've tried to utilize him that way.
help see if he can play in the secondary. Shit.
And he's not going to want to do that. At least
I
I
don't
would
care.
think.
I don't care what he wants to.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You get out there and you play.
Give it your all.
Yeah, all right. Game over here. 24-9, San Francisco. Bay looks real pleased. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's tricky with Hornsby. I just saw that on the sideline. I was like, and my thought was, why is he not like at quarterback right now?
Yeah, I
Uh,
was wondering the same thing, but
and I'm guessing he was too. I'm guessing he was too.
probably a lot of people in that stadium wondering.
But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, KJ's the guy, and he'll be back next year. As much, like I said, as much as I like KJ, he's not a high draft pick.
No.
If Dak Prescott doesn't get drafted until round 3 or whatever it was, yeah, KJ's not going any higher than that. But again, KJ's a really good college quarterback.
Yep.
And yeah, glad he's a Razorback. Okay, did he hang on to the ball? Like, did he do any careless extensions with the ball? Did he have an opportunity to?
Uh, no, but man, I don't know. He did like he did something where he's like trying to shed a tackler and like he's pretty much like looking like he's about to discus that that football. Like he has it way away. I was like, dude, what the heck? And then he like spun down and they tackled him. But
Okay, well, he hung on
yeah,
to it.
yeah. He didn't reach for anything, but
Okay, so moral victory, yay, woo pig, or
yeah.
something like that. I mean, hell, I gave Arkansas. I actually went as high as to saying a 35% chance of winning. Even I didn't really believe that. Of
I
course,
gave him like a 10% chance. Like no, probably less than that because hell, it's been what now? It's been 16 seasons, but it was 15 seasons. So yeah, that's quite a bit.
I'm not keeping count at this point. I'm just gonna assume it's an L for as long as Saban's there. But yeah, well, at least you played the hardest team that you'll play the rest of the year. So you got that one out of your way. But Mississippi State Saturday, I'll be sure to check that one out. And we are officially out of time. But episode number 50 coming back. I'm guessing we'll be back Tuesday. But until then, Grandpal,
Brother Brown.
deuces, y'all. It was
See
fun.
y'all later.